Hey there! Today, we are diving into the language of achievement. We're going to look at 20 super powerful idioms that will totally change how you talk about success. You'll sound more confident, more natural. You're just going to sound fluent.
I mean, really think about it for a second. When you're talking about something you've accomplished or maybe your team's progress on a project, what words do you actually use? Is your language as impressive as your achievements?
Because that's what this is all about. We're going to give you the tools to seriously upgrade your vocabulary. We're talking about going from just saying things went good to sounding, well, completely unstoppable. And look, this isn't just about sounding fancy for the sake of it. Using these kinds of expressions is honestly the key to unlocking more confident, more natural conversations, especially at work. It's about speaking the language of success like you were born to it. Think of these idioms as your personal communication toolkit. When you use them, you just sound more natural. You project this quiet confidence because your language is precise. And you can talk about your wins without fumbling for words. It's just easy. All right, every big success has to start somewhere, right? So let's kick things off with idioms for when a project is just getting off the ground, or maybe you're in the first few stages of your career. First one up is on the right track. This is the perfect phrase for encouragements. You know, when you see those early positive signs, you can just say, yep, looks like we're on the right track. It's a great way to confirm that, hey, the path we're on, it's the right one. Next, let's talk about movement, to make progress. This describes that steady, step-by-step improvement. It's not about the finish line just yet. It's all about that consistent forward motion towards your goal. And when you see that spark of potential in someone, you tell them they'll go far. This isn't really about what they've already done. It's all about what you believe they are capable of doing in the future. It's such a powerful vote of confidence. Okay, so once you're on the right track, that's when the real work begins. This next group of idioms is all about the active, sometimes challenging, work of moving up in your career. This is the climb. I love how this slide just perfectly illustrates that whole progression. First, you get ahead, you gain an edge. Then you climb the ladder. That's that steady rung-by-rung career advancement. And then, finally, you break through, which is when you just smash through a huge obstacle that was holding you back. So, you've made the climb. You've broken through. Now we get to talk about that moment of arrival, when you achieve that ultimate goal. And you'll notice the language here gets a lot bigger, a lot more impactful. Here's a great example. It's all about scale. If you make it, you've achieved a really important personal goal. But if you make it big, whoa, your success is on a totally different level. We're talking major public success, often with fame and fortune attached. Now, let's look at the subtle ways we talk about winning. To rise to the top means you've become the absolute best in your entire industry. Then there's reach the top, which is more about getting to the highest position in your profession. And finally, to come out on top means you've won a specific head-to-head competition. See the difference? This one is all about performance. When someone is at the top of their game, it means they are just operating at their peak skill level, right here, right now. It's like all their talents are firing on all cylinders. I love this one because it's less about the achievement itself and more about that incredible feeling that comes with it. To be on top of the world is to just be bursting with happiness and pure joy because of what you've accomplished. Now, here's a phrase that just screams huge, often sudden success: to hit the jackpot. This always feels like there's a bit of incredible luck involved, where one single idea or one action leads to this massive, game-changing win. All right, in our final section, let's look at the legacy of success. How do we talk about the outcomes and the reputation you build after all that hard work is done? This might be one of my favorites. Payoff is the perfect way to connect your effort directly to a great result. It really suggests that all those late nights, all that extra work, it was an investment that has now delivered an amazing return. This is all about building your legacy. When you make a name for yourself, you've gone beyond just being successful at something. You're now known and respected for it. Your name basically becomes your brand. And finally, let's just look at the different shapes success can take. Your whole journey can become a success story. A single project can be a success. A tough negotiation can end up as a win-win situation. Or you can simply and powerfully achieve success. So, now it's your turn. With this new lexicon of triumph in your back pocket, your own success story is just waiting to be told. So the only real question left is, which of these